Welcome, one and everyone, to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 256. I am your neighborhood friendly Oxhorn, who is, as always, set with his suspenders to maximum stun. How are you today, ladies and gentlemen? Pleasure to see you on this fine June day. Only a few more days left in June. That makes a few days left in the quarter. Moving on to quarter 3, where lots of wonderful things will happen. So, glad to have you with us, and ready for an amazing show. Right. Baldog says, smoking my Rocky Patel Edge cigar. Thank you very much. So, for those who've been following me on Twitter and Facebook, you'll notice that I got a new batch of cigars through the mail from Cigar Ox, which is pretty doggone great. So I'm looking forward to smoking some of these bad boys. I think today I'm going to try this Aurora barrel-aged cigar. No, I think I'll try the Vault Toronto, just because I think it looks like a better cigar. The Aurora Barrel Aged, here, I'll show it to you. I think I've smoked them in the past. Let me get it out of its wrapper. Yeah, it doesn't look like the highest quality of cigars. I think I remember that it wasn't. Anyway, some of the others that Cigar Ox sent me were really nice. He sent me a Rocky Patel. I smoked a Gurkha. Here's my other Rocky Patel from the other day. But today, I think I'm going to be smoking my Vault Toronto. So I'm super excited about that. And we have a return to Scotch today. That's right. For the past few weeks, months even, it has been beer and smoke rings. But today we are returning to Scotch. I'll be working on my Lismore single malt bottle, which, as you can see, has remained relatively untouched since the last show. One second, I gotta tweet out the URL. There we go. Alright, so who we have here today? Text the Turtle says, Ox, how do you do? I feel amazing being here, playing some classic games, and what a fabulous beard. Well, thank you, good sir. Pleasure to have you. And the beard is, of course, fabulous as always. Cigar Ox is in the chat. Good to see you again, Cigar Ox. Thank you again for your wonderful care package. I have been enjoying these. I find that I'm more productive when I have a good cigar. They allow me to think, to focus, to mull, to meditate. Every man has his meditation strategies. Mine includes Scotch and a cigar. So. Today I'm smoking his Vault Toronto, handmade Hancho a mano. Autumn is here in the chat. She says that she's also multitasking on IMVU. Well, women are known to multitask. They tend to be better at it than we men. And I'm raising this higher than usual because I have 2 fans blowing straight at me to cool me down, and I don't want to mess up. I need to be able to light it, but as you can see, it's flickering. So. There we go. Although I don't think I got all the way around. It's like an inferno, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers! Happy smoking. Text the Turtle asks, have you seen the Taran male model? I believe you'll like it, and I have seen it. and it looks pretty amazing. All the new models look really great. I have to say, they did a really good job with them. Baldock says, finally the world has returned to normal due to the Scotch. Gentleman Badger says, all is at peace in the world, the Scotch is flowing again. Indeed, let us Scotch up. I managed to come in with some ice, and the ice is all melted, so... It's that hot in here where the ice is melting. There we go. A nice, restrained, and gentlemanly dab of Scotch. Glasses up, ladies and gentlemen. Bottoms to the sky. Oh, I've got some ash on the bottom of my glass. Ooh. So that's what Scotch tastes like. My, my, my. It's been a long time, my friend. Good to be back. Sorry for neglecting you. Holy Cow Kill says, that's a nice Zippo, Ox. Where'd you get it? My wife. It's specially designed for pipes. She got it for me for Christmas. And as you can see, it's got a little stop cap on top to keep the flame out. If you go like that, nothing happens. You can't actually see the flame. It's meant to be tipped so that you can light your pipe. It's pretty nice. Alright, we have fan art, we have voice messages, we have all sorts of finery created by the lot of you. So let's see. Problem with my mouse is that I should just get a new mouse. I can't hold and click. It's really annoying. You never know how much you use it until you have to hold and click. Okay, let's show you my screen. There we go. I realize I've been unfair to you. Please let me make amends. Alright, so first up we have this by Damon LaRue. And it's the new undead model if they had beards. So they put a dwarf beard on an undead, and I gotta say, it fits. If they had this guy, I would totally play him. So nicely done there, Damon. And then there's this by Eric, and it says, I'm getting nerfed by Blizzard for the 5th expansion in a row. Please, over fearless leader, tell Blizzard to stop nerfing his fans. McLovin, La Habana Paradise. Not sure how the two connect, but McLovin is, our dear Greg is looking pretty good in his classy shades, so... Kudos to you, Doommageddon. Thank you for that. Then there's this from Greg. He's showing us the new models for the male, humans. And I believe if you click the link, which is over on our Scotch and Smoke Rings group page, you'll get to see the whole lot of them. Pretty great. I mean, look at all the new expressions that you can do. Look, you got some guy doing a smolder. You've got some guy doing a happy face. And then here's a disgusted sort of mouth twitch. And then there's angry, determined man. So looking pretty good. Thank you for that one, Greg. And John Goulbreath Begley says, I won't be at the show tomorrow night. I'm doing NYLT White Stag leadership training for my Boy Scout troop. So I thought I'd submit some fan art. Hope you all enjoy. Here's Ox Fortress 2. And these are all the characters you can play in Ox Fortress 2, right? So if you turned Team Fortress 2 into an Oxhorn game, that's what you would get. Pretty radical, thank you very much. Then there's this. Nathan is sharing with us a PETA poster. And it says, "Why love one but eat the other with a little piglet and a little puppy?" The answer, of course, is because one isn't full of delicious bacon. Right? That is a very good reason to eat the piglet and spare the puppy. And here we got a bacon seed over here. Pretty good stuff. Thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. Then we have this submitted by Amanda. And it's famous characters looking even more awesome with beards. And here we have Popeye with a Bluto beard. We've got Batman in a beard. And is that RoboCop in a beard? Is that really what that is? I'm surprised many of you even know what RoboCop is. But these are pretty... Ah, the Reddit symbol in a beard. Dilbert with a beard. Wario. Who's that? I have no idea who this guy is. Looks cool, though. Is that the Grinch in a beard? Ah, it's the mage from Final Fantasy Tactics in a beard. That's great. All right. Looking good. All right. Well, I'm going to go through all of them. I'll let you check them out. But thank you for that one, Amanda. And then here's one from Christina. She is an artist, as we all know. And she decided to finally color this portrait that she drew of my character Oxhorn in feral form as Oxhorn with his pipe and his derby. He looks like he's an albino druid because he's all white. Looking really good there, Christina. Thank you very much for your artistic talents. And then there's this. Jasmine is sharing with us how razor companies are trying to make beards less trendy by putting rodents on men's faces. And I don't know if it's working, because that's pretty cool. I don't know what that is. Is that a beaver? It looks pretty amazing. Then there's that, which is an otter. It's pretty great. Look, there's a close-up. Oh, and here's this fellow with a little squirrel on his face. The poor fellow. Oh, and that's it? Those are the only three they've got? Chic. Free your skin. They're totally going after the hipster market. They've got a hipster with a hipster haircut, hipster glasses, and his hipster shirt. But instead of the hipster beard, he's got a squirrel beard. I have to admit, that's pretty neat. I wouldn't mind having a squirrel on my face if it made my beard look that great. Alright, let's check out your recorded messages. As we all know, I've installed a new answering machine on scotchandsmokerings.com, where you all can go and leave your own messages for the entire Scotch and Smoke Rings community. Let's make sure my cigar is lit before we move forward. Oh, might have gone out. There we go. Gentleman Badger, you are on the line today. What would you like to say?
Hello there, Sir Oxhorn. I have quite the important question for you.
Sure, shoot.
If you were stranded on a desert island, and you could only have one companion, that being either the world's classiest derby or the world's finest Cuban cigar,
oh,
which one would you choose?
Oh, that is...
I love your content, and thank you. Stay classy.
That is a tough choice, my friend. Gosh, how do you respond to that? All right, well, obviously, we have two scenarios. One, enjoy the Cuban cigar, and for the next hour to hour and a half, you will be living in desert island bliss. But then for the rest of your life on that desert island, you are sans cigar and sans derby hat. Or choose the derby hat, and you will never again get to taste the beautiness of a Cuban cigar. And yet you will have a hat that you can use as a bowl for your water or your soup, that you can wear on your head, and that will provide you shelter and rain. From a practical standpoint, I'm going to have to go with the derby hat. It's just going to be a better choice on a desert island. But man, tough call, tough call. Thank you for that. Next on the line is Imagine Justin. Imagine Justin, what would you like to tell the entire world today?
Hey Oxhorn, I was thinking of a new world boss idea, and I would like your approval, or maybe talk about it a bit.
Sure.
I was thinking maybe a world boss out in Black Rock Mountain, and there will be one out in Silithus. Well, let's talk about that.
All right. Well, so for those who didn't hear or don't understand the context, Imagine Justin is of course talking about World of Warcraft, and he's proposing that there be 2 new world bosses, one in Silithus and another one in Blackrock Mountain. But he didn't elaborate on that. I was expecting you to propose the idea of a new boss. Was he a giant walking cigar that farted smoke rings or something? I don't know. What is this boss that you had in mind? As for the 2 potential areas where the boss might be, they're good. I mean, Blackrock Mountain already has a number of bosses, right? So does it really need one more? Silithus, I believe the Anchorage instance definitely has some bosses, but it could always use more. So an interesting idea. I'm happy to get more comments from those in the chat as to what you would like to see. But next up we have Doomageddon, who has a message for the viewing several. Doomageddon.
Oxhorn.
Yes. What's on your mind?
I was noticing one of the fans posted an undead with a beard today. It got me thinking.
Right.
Why do we still have undead that look like an anorexic human? I mean, we got Sylvanas, who's an undead elf. We got all, and not to mention all the Death Knights and all the other kind of undead characters.
Yeah.
Why can't we just change the body type for the undead? Give them some new hair color. Give them tattoos, body art. You know, give them beards. Give them mustaches. If I want to make an undead character, I want him to be the classiest undead character ever.
I like that.
I mean, if he's a warrior, rogue, or some kind of melee class, I want him to have a beard. Tell me what you think.
Well, you and I are on the same page. I also wish that the undead had beards. I would totally make an undead my main if the undead had beards. Now, the logic actually works, right? Because in the game, the undead have hair. Some of them are bald, some of them have a big bald spot, but some of them have hair just all over the place, right? If they can die, become undead, and still retain their head hair, the same can be said for their beard hair. Why are there no undead men with giant bushy beards? That is a good question. We should lobby Blizzard and we should petition them to have undead with beards. We will start a movement. We will picket their lunch breaks outside their headquarters in Irvine. We will make this a national issue and a cause. Now, there are many other facets to this argument that need to be addressed. First of all, what are they? They're undead humans. Are there any fat human character models in the game? There are some fat old ones. Like if you hack into World of Warcraft with WoW Model Viewer, you can actually see some of the older models that they were proposing. And some of them are fairly portly little men that kind of walk around. It's pretty funny. But they launched the game with thin, muscular, lithe men. So naturally the undead, if an undead is a withered human, therefore the undead is based upon the limits of a human model. So it's never going to be a Draenei undead or a... Well, I guess you could have a Draenei undead. Anyway, the undead, the Forsaken at any rate, are human. So, and then as for tattoos, I mean, that also makes perfect sense because the humans can have tattoos. Can't they? Can the humans have tattoos in the game? I forget. But if the humans can have tattoos, the undead should be able to have tattoos. In terms of classy attire, you can do that anyway. Go out there into the world, you can find top hats, you can find monocles, you can find fairly epic neck gear. I don't know if you can have an ascot. I don't know if I would recommend wearing an ascot, but you could certainly wear a cape of some kind and dress your classy character up to be as classy as you want him to be. So, great question. Thank you for asking. Definitely room for improvement there. Let's get beards on the undead. A new Oxhorn movement. Dragon Exile, you're up.
Oxhorn, have you been enjoying the story segments I've been posting on the Facebook fan page?
Say that again one more time. Having a hard time understanding you, Dragon Exile.
Oxhorn, have you been enjoying the story segments I've been posting on the Facebook fan page?
Have I been enjoying the various segments that have been posted to the Facebook fan page? Let's try that one more time, Dragon Exile. Dear Oxhorn, have you been enjoying story segments
on the Facebook fan page?
Have I been enjoying the story segments that you have been posting on the Facebook fan page? Got you. Yes, I have. I mean, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I skim them. I don't read them entirely all the time, mainly because I have so little time in the day. I barely have time to sit down and do this show. But I'm here every week just for you. But from what I have read, I have enjoyed them. You have a special talent. Keep it up. Good, sir. Somebody, Gavin, Michael, Earl, Dennis, close that door. Close the door, buddy. Gavin, close the door. Hold on. Gavin, close the door. It's okay. You're not in trouble. Thank you. Good boy. Say hello to everybody. Say hello to the people on lines. Yeah? Hi. Say hi to the people on the interwebs. Hi. He's waving. Are you waving to the people on the internet? I love you. You're a good boy. But you gotta let go of that. Alright, Daddy's working. Go play with your mama. Go to your mom. Don't climb the door, man. Don't climb it, buddy. This door is fragile. It cannot hold your weight. Little boy. Little boy, I love you, but you gotta hang out with your mama. Alright. Well, you be good. No. Go to your mama. Alright. So the problem is that door doesn't actually have any locks. So I can't lock the door, and yet I also don't want him to get a bunch of smoke. So I smoke in this room to keep it away from the child, and then the child gets curious, walks to the door, and opens it, and suddenly a big gust of smoke enters the living room. So gotta find a better way to prevent that. Anyway, what was I saying? I forget. I don't even know where I was. An ascot? Yes, Greg McLovin says an ascot, like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Yes, Fred from Scooby-Doo wears an ascot. For those who don't know, an ascot was a popular form of neckwear that was used in the early part of the 20th century and has since fallen out of favor except by like the really yupsters and hippie-ish. It's also kind of effeminate. I don't know. I don't think I would ever wear an ascot, but... Tex the Turtle says, Oxhorn, I believe you should imagine this. World of Oxhorn, Reign of the Beards. I can see it, right? You go into a mountainous landscape, and the mountains are giant heads with beards that cascade down into the foothills. I would totally play that game. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen, to beards. Leov says, he's grown so much, how adorable. Dragon XL says, oh no, he has mastered doors. He has mastered doors. His mastery of doors has made our lives a little bit more difficult. This show is now called the Scotch and Smoke Rings with Gavin, says Baldox. I'm sure someday he will happily be a co-host on this show when he's like 19, 20, and can legally enjoy a gentlemanly cigar.
I'm happy, so happy, walking on air, the why and the wherefore. It's someone I care for.
Heard it.
I'm yelling, I'm telling, folks everywhere, I know that she loves me. So what do I care? There's a rainbow around my shoulder.
He's keeping you on your toes. Indeed, he is. Cigarax says, smoke rings. How can I deny the gentleman who provided us with cigars for this particular episode? Everybody give Cigar Ox a huge round of applause for shipping cigars to me for today's episode. So yes, of course, I will do some smoke rings for very good Cigar Ox, who has exquisite cigar taste. Here we go. Smoke ring time. Varler says he's cute, but where's his beard? Yes, his beard is in the wash right now. Sorry about that. We'll attach it after it finishes. Okay, my only complaint about songs from the 30s and the 40s is every now they're going to break out in something like this. That's just silly. Bunch of birds whistling. I can do R2-D2. But this song is actually starting to get very annoying. It's like grating on my nerves. Stop it. Alright. Alright, this guy's just way too happy. Talking about rainbows around his shoulders and whistling like a bird. Varler says, Ox! I've posted a YouTube channel on the Scotch and Smoke Rings Facebook page of a man with a magnificent beard who does video game acapellas. Really? Sounds right up my alley. If he lives in Seattle, I'll have to reach out to him and we can do an acapella together or something. How is... Nate the Great says, put on some Dragon Force. I listen to a lot of Dragon Force at work, actually. Greg McLovin says, how is Gwen doing? Gwen is doing very well. She is, well, the way I like to describe it is all the right fluids are going in and all the right fluids are going out. So, that is the sign of a healthy infant. She is 3 weeks old now, coming up on 3 weeks old. She is beautiful, charming. Every day she gets cuter and cuter. She's opening her eyes now really big and looking right at you, as if she's trying to figure out exactly what you are. This giant creature feeding me. What are you? And it's really... it's really cute. Black Shawarma says, Oxhorn, those aren't birds. They're people doing bird calls, which was very popular at the turn of the century. That's right, I forget you were there. Thank you, Shawarma, for letting me know. Yeah, I realized that they were whistling, but I didn't understand the fascination with bird calls. But now I do. Why did the Great Depression happen, anyway? Did you lose any money during that time? Just wondering. I kid. Black Shawarma is not that much older than me, actually. I don't think... Imagine Justin says, Oxhorn, I've noticed that the YouTube word has been tilted now from since it wasn't last week. May we have it fixed? You want me to fix last week? I don't understand the syntax of your question. You talked about some sort of YouTube word, but I didn't understand that. And then now you're asking me to fix something that wasn't fixed last week, and I don't know what that is. I mean, I could go back in time and fix last week, but that would just be painful for everybody involved, so... Sorry. Cute little hardcore kitten says, yeah, that one time with the one things, yep. Indeed. Jumbly says, baby girls are the best. I have 3. Well, I'm so excited to have my brand new baby girl. I hope that she keeps Gavin good company, and I hope he keeps her good company, and I hope they play together very well. Shoot says, Oxhorn, slow speed by 2 times at Yttervord. They're two separate words you alliterate beardling. You did spell 2 T-O instead of T-W-O. So don't call me illiterate until you do spell checking of your own text. But hey, I'm not going to troll here. All right, so let's slow it down. You. Tuba word. All right, I still don't understand. The context is slightly baffling to me. I'm sure that I will get it eventually. The picture frame to the left of me? Camera left? There's no picture frame. There's a window frame. Is that what you meant by frame? But the window doesn't need to be adjusted. It is, of course, working at maximum capacity. By being a window, I can see through it. Therefore, it works. She says, I said slow. Times 2 speedful way. I'm still having a slight hard time understanding. Millen just says, raise this glass. Here's to Gavin being a good big brother like I was. Cheers. Thank you very much. Your left, says Millen Ninja. My left? Oh, that's not a frame. That's my pipe cabinet. Yeah, it opens and my pipes are in there. So, I think it's straight. Is it not straight? I think it's straight. Well, let me know and I'll try and straighten it for you. If you don't think it's straight, just let me know. Sir Bruceable says, is there an in-joke about the YouTube award on the wall being skewiff? Skewiff? I don't... what's a skewiff? I'm just slightly confused. Kayla Tijgo says, lol, chat keeps bumping my questions. Sorry about that. You might just have to repeat them or rephrase them because I do tend to miss certain questions every now and then. Sheet says, Oxhorn, your titled YouTube award gives beard cancer. So if I were you, I would fix it. What's a titled YouTube award? Again, this context, I just don't... You're talking about something online? Is there a titled YouTube award online? Have I been awarded a titled YouTube award online? Oh my goodness, this is an exciting day for me. Text the Turtle says, Ox, if I made you the game, World of Oxhorn, Reign of Beards and Bacon, I would play it. I would totally play it. William Moore is in the chat. He says, hail, hail, good Sir Oxhorn. I trust your beard is long and your Scotch is cold and refreshing. Indeed it is. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Bottoms up. If we can't have the award fixed, can we at least play Heartstroke? Heartstroke? Is that like a heartbleed bug virus? And award tilted. Oh, why didn't you say so? You mean this? Oh, yeah. There you go. Sorry about the lack of understanding there. At my age, things just don't register like they once did. Hearthstone, not Heartstroke or Heartbleed. Cigar Ox says, Oxhorn wrote something. Indeed he did. The Tale of Cloran Hastings, my very own novel. Written by me, a swashbuckling sea adventure yarn for men and women of all ages. Buy it for your children. Buy it for your nieces and nephews. Buy it for yourself. And then lose yourself in long nights sitting in your bed with chocolate and cigars while reading about a sailor in a sea adventure. This is the perfect evening. But only if you have this, of course. CloranHastings.com, ladies and gentlemen, available on Amazon and iTunes. Ebook or paperback, whatever you like. Alright, Hearthstone. Okay. Now, I'm slightly hesitant to play Hearthstone. Because every time I do, we spend the entire show trying to get into one game. And it's getting hot in here, so I'm gonna turn the fans back on. Varler asks, are you writing anything new right now? Indeed, I am. I have a few projects that I'm working on, and I will be sure to let everybody know when they're ready.
It's good to see you again.
Alright, let's get this rolling, and I'll let you know when I'm online. Holy Calkill says, hey Oxhorn, what inspired you to make the Tale of Cloran Hastings? Well, I'm actually from a family of commercial fishermen. My dad and my grandpa owned their own boats, and they would go out to sea every season, spend 9 months at sea, and then come back. And I guess that's kind of where I got a little bit of the inspiration. Varler says, will they be ready soon or soon TM? They'll be ready soon, but not Blizzard soon, right? I wouldn't do that to you. Okay. Alright, let me try and get into a game, and we'll see what happens. I'll share my screen once I actually get into a game. And here we go. Oh, please don't tell me that it crashed. Whoa! Oh, well. Come on, internets. It's always a surprise when I get into a game who I'm actually playing. And it crashed, of course. Let's try this again.
Busy night, but there's always room for another.
Let's try this again. Shiud says, so close it was loading the game. I know, my friend. Sometimes these things happen. Rage mode activated. Don't crash! No! And it crashed. To my chagrin and utter despair.
Oh, it's good to see you again.
Power GI says, show your screen, and I will as soon as I get a game going. If the game crashes, then I have to actually choose my screen all over again, which takes time. So once a game starts, I will show you exactly what's going on. Oh, this is the closest. No. So this is the new Scotch and Smoke Rooms, right? 30 minutes 30 minutes of friendly banter, and then 30 minutes of me yelling at Hearthstone for being a jerk. Alright, just so that you can see what I'm seeing. Ah! Ah! Bollocks! Ah! Come on! You doggone blasted video game! Oh! Yeah, come on! No! Here we go, here we go. Shaving. No! No! Blasted. Darn you. Okay. Right, here we go. Let's try this again.
Welcome back.
Coming, 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 coming. Here we go. Yes. Next up is... Waiting, waiting, waiting. They all come at once, and then when you're actually ready, none of them come. Polishing mana crystals. Ah! Whoa! Whoa! What happened? My box is half open. What's going on? Hey, did it work? You're kidding. It worked. Here we go. Who am I fighting? Varler. All right. Good to see you, Varler. Let's do this thing. Okay, Greg says, couldn't you just choose who you'd like to challenge to sort out this madness? No, because I'm crippled. My entire user interface is crippled as I get these battle invites. I mean, imagine that I've got a list of friends on the left-hand side, and I have to keep clicking cancel to all these invites to choose one friend and then challenge him. And then as soon as I challenge him, I get knocked out of that challenge by a bunch of other invites. So yeah, it just wouldn't work either way. This is a huge Hearthstone bug, is what it is. Dragon Exile, thank you very much for your input. I'll take that into consideration. My battle tag is Oxhorn, number 1649.
For the crusade!
Ouch! All right, Varler, let's see here.
Charge forward!
No!
Try this. Behold, mighty invention.
What is that? At the end of your turn, give a random minion +1/+1. Okay.
Amazing.
Life began all anew. A perfect sea, a sunny sky, for there was she, and there was I.
I'd blow a smoke ring right now for you, Deville, but my fans are blowing on me right now.
Every day our love grew. Our hearts were true, and she and I.
Kayla Tidjgo says, Oxhorn, have you ever watched Defiance or played the game? By the way, the game is now free to play. Great question, and no, I haven't, though I'd love to check it out. Do you recommend the game?
And right then and there, we started humming a happy wedding tune. Coming over, we both vowed to be true.
What now?
A perfect sea, a sunny sky, for there was she and there was I.
The gates are open.
Yeah, this is a bad sign. I'm at half life, and I haven't even touched him yet. So. Ouch!
It's our time, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
This is getting painful.
I won't stand for that.
There we go. I finally made some damage.
And your Chevrolet dealer's clearance sale. On cars that are modern and smart looking. Cars you can rely on. Cars will be thrilled to drive.
Greg says never a bad time to pull a hamstring. Did you just summon Anixia? Oh my goodness. This is what I get for not buying cards. Alright, next up. Good job, Varler. Good job. Come on, shoot. Oh. No, don't crash. Ah, man. Let's try this again.
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
I'm hovering right over where the accept button is to try and get this in as quickly as possible. Infuriating. Oh, come, for the love of Pete. For the love of Pete and all that is good and glorious in this world.
Chair by the hearth.
Oh, here we go.
Versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin. Victory or death!
Alright, let's see how this works. Who am I fighting today? Shoot! Alright, I prepare to be dominated.
More training.
Power GI, I'm trying to accept your friend request, as you can see, and it's not letting me. For some reason, so I'm sorry about that.
More training.
Let's see. Alright, he's got some sort of secret up there, and I don't want that to harm me, so...
Try this.
Let me turn to get ready.
Oh, man. Alright, let's try this.
Blood and plunder.
Alright, let's see. Where am I at?
Made to fit.
Alright, so I'm gonna put my cigar in my pipe because it's getting a little hot to hold.
My life, my love, my all. From near or far, wherever you are, come to me, in answer to my call. Somewhere on a hill, there's a whippoorwill.
Your magic shall not save. Strike.
Alright, Shoot keeps threatening me this big beast that he's gonna send to me. But I don't know. Uh-oh.
For the Lord Chief! For House Green! For House Green!
Not your mighty invention.
Scurvy dog!
It was a 50% chance. It turned itself into a chicken. What on earth? I am not getting any luck here. Oh, man.
The gates are open.
All right, let's see how this works. Lame! Lame sauce! Oh, that is infuriating. I hate hunters! Good game, my friend. Good game. Well, there you go. I hope you got your Hearthstone fix in, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to end the program. Let's do so with the smoke ship. What is on your mind? I can blow into existence a smoke ship of your creation, a smoke zeppelin, a smoke schooner, a smoke submarine, anything. Congratulations, Shoot. A worthy victory. Poor Greg says he didn't even get a chance to test his new deck. I'm sure you can test it on any number of people but me. I'm sure your new deck would be quite devastating. William Moore says, oh, lots of smoke ship ideas. Hold on. William Moore says, Oxhorn, Staghorn, Mortus, and an army of Forsaken, riding on a skeletal war horses all around Ironforge, slaying all dwarves and with epic bacon swords and giant bazookas while looting the dwarven beards and stealing all of the dwarven bacon, then taking it all back to Associate Professor Evil to use in his new experiment to bond the beards and bacon to the Forsaken to create a new army of epic bacon-armored bearded undead warriors. Nicely done, nicely done. Cigar Ox says, on a bacon-built aircraft carrier sailing the ocean of Scotch, Oxhorn, Mortus, Floron Hastings, Baldox, and a crew of classy shipmates are fighting a fierce battle for supremacy over the evil warlord Hippie Neighbor Tom and his minions and King Crush, using bacon pizzas, burning pandas, and what? No cigars? Then the TARDIS materializes with Cigar Ox as a future doctor, supplying the crew with plenty of Egg Maduro cigars and double bacon cheeseburgers to crush the enemy and classiness in return, and is returned to the realm of reality. Indeed. Melaninja says, Oxhorn fighting Millhouse Manastorm and Tinkmaster Overspark on top of Orgrimmar Blimp above the rolling sea of bacon-wrapped bacon balls wrapped in bacon with Geblin Mechatork and his Poultry Iser. Imagine Justin says, Oxhorn on a canoe going down the sea with his fancy pipe blowing smoke rings and enjoying his lonely Scotch. Indeed, it is lonely. I'll have to take a gentlemanly sip. Black Shawarma says, chocolate shake, waffles, fries, and a bacon barbecue cheddar cheeseburger. Now he's hungry, he says, now I'm hungry. Well done, everybody. In honor of Cigar Ox's friendly donation of 5 or 6 cigars to this show, I'm going to have to go with his. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes glued to the screen, for it'll only be there for a moment. A bit brief, but it was there for the briefest of moments before your very eyes. We had, on a bacon-built aircraft carrier sailing the ocean of Scotch, Oxhorn, Mortus, Clorn Hastings, Baldox, and a crew of classy shipmates are fighting a fierce battle for supremacy over the evil warlord Hippie Neighbor Tom and his minions and King Crush, using nothing but bacon pizzas, burning pandas, and no cigars. But then the TARDIS materializes with Cigar Ox as a future doctor, supplying the crew with plenty of Egg Maduro cigars and double bacon cheeseburgers to crush the enemy, and classiness is returned to the realm of reality. Great smoke ship suggestions, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming, as always. Nicely done. I know I surprise myself sometimes. You should take screenshots of all these smoke ships and plaster them onto the interwebs, where you too, I'm sure, will become famous in your own way. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 256. I am your neighborhood-friendly Oxhorn, signing off. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming, and as always, I encourage you to stay classy.